Cricket is actually more like a religion in several countries, especially like India, Pakistan, a lot of Asian countries. Most people don't realize this, that cricket is actually the second most popular game in the world. There are many countries who play cricket. There are about 14 teams that participated in the World Cup. Um, in 2012, India won the World Cup last time. If you look at the game of cricket, it actually parallels it's very close to what baseball is in America. Like baseball has 4 bases, and then you run between the bases, whereas in cricket there are 2 wickets, and you run between the wickets. So there's a batter who's batting, so you see there's a batter has a bat in his hand and he's batting, and there's a bowler who's bowling, and the object of the game is basically to hit the ball and then run. Very similar to what you would do in baseball. In baseball, when you run between the bases, you can get out when the player tags the person. But in cricket, there's no physical contact with the player itself. So you get the ball and try to hit the wickets before the batsman comes on the crease. So it's everything depends on how many runs you score, and the 2 teams that play, the 11 players in each team, and one team bats and the other team bowls, and then they rotate. What happens is, say there's X number of runs that get scored by a batting team. The bowling team then has to chase those X number of runs and then try to make X plus 1 number of runs. So it's everything depends on how much runs you score. In baseball, there's a strike. So 3 strikes, you're out. Similar to that in cricket, the idea is for the bowler would be to get the batsman out by hitting the ball onto the stumps. There are no chances in cricket. Once you're out, you're out, and you walk out, and then the next player comes in. So you see kids playing cricket here. So that's the batsman batting, and then there's a runner, and there's a bowler who's bowling. So the bowler is bowling the ball, and the batsman hits it. There's the end of, if you look at the end of the ground, that's called the boundary, where the boundary of the ground is. If you hit the ball such that a ball bounces and goes beyond the boundary, then it's considered 4 runs. If it crosses the boundary without bouncing, so it's a direct hit. And it goes beyond the boundary. It's the player gets 6 runs. That's the maximum that you can hit in one ball. You get 6 runs. That'll be similar to what you would do in baseball when you hit a home run. A home run would be equivalent to 6 runs. There are primarily 3 ways you can get a batsman out. One is by hitting the ball onto the wickets. That's called a bowled. The other is basically when the batsman hits the ball and the fielder catches the ball directly without a bounce. That's called a catch out. And the third way you can get a batsman out is basically by when they're running between the wickets and the batsman really couldn't reach onto the wickets, then the fielder can hit the wickets and get him out. That'll be similar to what you do in baseball, where the player hasn't reached the base yet and then he's out. That's called a run out. So these are the 3 main ways by which you can get a batsman out, which is a bowled and a direct catch or a run out. There are other complex ways that you can get out. Is something called as leg before the wicket, is when you intentionally bring your body in front of the wickets such that the ball actually hits your body instead of the stumps. That's considered an out as well. When we try to coach kids or teach kids cricket, we generally try to get parallel with baseball, so that since kids here, especially in America, baseball is their religion, and when I talk baseball and cricket, they kind of make sense to them. Hi, I am Santosh Iyer, and I was actually the coach for this year for cricket, along the many coaches that we had. SAL, the organization in Lancaster, was instrumental in tying up with Mannheim Township to bring cricket to Lancaster. What's the idea of SAL was basically to introduce the game of cricket to the kids here who are raised in the baseball culture. So the idea was actually, since, hey kids, you know baseball, so let's get a parallel and try to learn this new culture, which is basically a religion in several countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Cricket is really sort of a religion. So we, as a group with all the coaches, introduced cricket to the kids in Lancaster. We had a 4-week camp. Kids had a great time. About 30 kids were able to join us in the camp, and there was several moments where we were really proud of our kids who actually went out of the way to learn cricket. Mannheim Township did an excellent job. They provided us with the facility, they provided us with the ground, and SAL gave us the head start for basically getting us started with cricket. You can visit us at saal.us. That's the website, and take a look at the cricketing event that happened, the camp pictures, and to also understand a little bit about the game. Thanks. Hi, I would also like to introduce two of our coaches who were instrumental in giving this knowledge to our kids. He is Jahangir Bhai, and Coach Pat, who were responsible for certain areas of cricket that they introduced. I know Coach Pat did a great job with catches and bowling, and Jahangir taught them how to do batting. So I'll let Coach Jahangir speak something about how he played cricket when he was a kid in India, and then maybe later Pat can share something about his story about cricket.
Yeah, this kids has a very good. They are lucky. They have so many facilities, and the coaches were there. When we start, we don't have anything. We used to play just like on gravel or like that, and then plain ground, and we started playing like that. And I went up to the university level.
Cricket is a very old game. It dates back to even in the U.S. To George Washington. I believe they played it during his era when he was around. And cricket is still up and coming in the United States. I think we believe that cricket is going to be a major sport just like soccer in the future.
I like cricket a lot, and I like batting the most because you like run with your partner and you have to communicate with them, and it's fun, like having chances to get out, but then you're safe also getting out. But that's just part that you don't really like. But
you want them to tell the name and the age or not?
I think cricket's a fun sport to learn. It's different from all other sports, and it's neat how it's played, and that's why I like it.
My favorite thing about cricket is bowling, because it's fun to get a wicket and do runouts and stuff. I also like batting a little whenever you make good shots and stuff.
I like cricket, and I like to bowl and bat. I kind of like both. In bowling, I like spinning the ball because when you spin the ball, you kind of trick the batsman to think that he has to hit it here, but then it'll spin and go the other way. And I like batting because you kind of get to slam the ball whenever you want to, and you don't have to really hit it in any specific place.
I like bowling and batting. I like batting because it's not like baseball where you have to just hold in a certain position. You have to hold in a position, but you don't have to swing it as hard because it bounces off. whereas in baseball you have to swing it and it's more accurate. And then I like bowling because you get to like work your arms.
In cricket, I like fielding because I like catching the balls and it's easier.
Overall in this cricket camp, I've had a lot of fun. Everything from batting and bowling. The scrimmages was the best because of the competitiveness and trying to win, trying to get more runs than the other team, like diving for the, just to pass that one line. It's really a lot of fun and I've learned so much and I've improved a lot from last year.
I think cricket's a really fun sport and my favorite part is the bowling. And then also something cool about the batting is it can go in any direction, so yeah. It was a lot of fun.
So we formed SAL organization in 2012. The whole concept was to bring the community together. We have a lot of diverse communities, especially from South Asian countries, and we try to basically bring them together. As a part of a community outreach effort, cricket is a sport which is played in the Indian subcontinent, frequently, and it's like a passion over there. It's like how soccer is for Argentina, cricket is for India essentially, and that subcontinent. So the whole concept of bringing cricket, I think Mukram was the one who gave that idea initially in 2012, along with Kamlesh Bhai, and they were the lead person to run the whole show basically for the whole cricket camp. Initially we did it through the organization as a SAL, but next year we kind of partnered with Manheim Township, and again Mukram and Kamlesh Bhai was instrumental in doing that, and we obviously supported the whole idea and promoted it. So now, since last couple of years, it seems, looking at the kids, and I know Santosh mentioned it too, cricket's, the skills which our kids have learned, they are actually passionate about it now, and they have shown much improvement than last year. We can see that because I was coach last year also, and I think most of us agree about that. So that was our goal, to bring our kids know our culture, essentially. That was one thing. Bring cricket to this country. There are actually cricket leagues, going on around in Harrisburg, in Philadelphia. Even in colleges there are cricket leagues. So we're trying to kind of prepare our kids. When they go to college, maybe they'll see this sport, and maybe after 10 years this will be a real sport, real deal here. So that was the whole goal, and I think we are achieving that, and we are very proud of it. We are happy about it, and I think it's encouraging to see these kids play like this.
So it kind of goes well with the vision of the organization. South Asian Association of Lancaster, we are here to promote our culture, and build the bridges with the other communities. So we want to offer the best we have. We bring, all the programs we do aside from cricket, like, all, whether it's a medical camp or Holi, Garba, festival of lights or color. Like, we do a lot of those events, and we invite the other communities to come and participate, and they all have fun. And cricket kind of started a similar way. Like 3 years back, we did a one-day camp here, and we had 40 students show up, and it was a cricket gala, like a big day for that. And then we said, why not just share this with the other communities? So we sat down with Manheim Township. Kamlesh ji was here, and myself went to Manheim Township. We spoke to Terry Hilbert, and we decided to make this opportunity available, of playing cricket to all the township. And this is our second year. We hold 4 weeks of practice, like 4 weeks, two times a week, times 4 weeks, that's 8 classes, and then we end the season with a tournament like this. So where we have all the nice food, ice cream, and kids get to play, kids get all the prizes. So so this is the third year. It's growing, and hopefully we'll grow more.